Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Miggins. Right, this is me from Overshire with Bernard's plum jam, and this is also Bernard's chutney. Do you remember chutney from last year that didn't go stiff? El Runny-O chutney-O. So what I thought we'd do is actually I've got a bit of an idea for the chutney. I just thought about it, so I'll do that in a minute. But here's the plums. There's some of last year's in here, believe it or not, and fresh this year's from last week, picked at your Jolly Orchard and frozen in Norfolk, and then transported from Norfolk. So they've got a pretty rubbish carbon footprint, but there they are. There they are, and we've got the preserving sugar that I bought last year that was reduced. And looking on the back, it's good for making jam, even though you told me it wasn't. So we've got a couple of bags of that. It's about the same weight there as we got in sugar. And then we've got some jarrages in the sink, and we've got an abundance of jarrages here and in here, and that's a nice picture of some sunflowers. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do to stiffen the old chutney up is I've got some of the famous. Now this is from sunny. This will be interesting. This is from sunny Burwellshire, and it's the famous mango. They'll know what I mean by the famous mango from Mongrel Productions. Okay, so in goes the mango. Looks quite yummy in there, doesn't it? It's quite intriguing, like ice cream or something. So I'm going to put the sugar in there in a minute. I'll be back. Okay, a little bit more chat about the famous chutney. As you can see, the mangoes are well, dissolving in the mixture, which is quite interesting. I'm throwing in a bit of an apple here. This is a bit of a Bernard apple. That will go in, like as they say on the telly. So to keep Ainsley happy, we've got a green apple and a red apple all combined there. So that's all good. Now in here, I don't think these grow in Ramptonshire, but we've got these on our tree from our holiday house in Norfolk. And these are jolly old figs, and I'm a bit tempted. A couple of quite ripe ones in here. So I think to that little old mix, I'm going to put in a couple of figs. As you can see, I'm attempting cough video and cut up said figs. Who says blokes can't multitask? Whoever it wasn't watching a production from Bernard and Derek Video Productions and Culinary Delights, making a bit more of a meal of this one. But look at the colour of those, just splendid. And we've eaten these last week, or I was scoffing them up. So I think tempted to put a little bit of that into the old plum, just for a bit of a hint of interest. I think a bit half and half will go. So let's have some of these in here, because that will make that gorgeous. And I think it's probably about one of each really. And that's my plums coming up there, and just to give that a bit of je ne sais Bernard quoi. Yes, look at that. Yeah, plum and fig jam, nice. Okay, well, things are cooking away. This is the Jolly Jam, and it's not quite set yet. I've been testing it out on the platter. Got my jars at the ready, and here is my all new, not sloppy anymore, Plum, almost set chutney. Got a couple of jars out of that. I think there's one big one I tipped from. It's all solid now. And I've even got some professional waxed circles that my good wife found in the back cupboard, which she procured from an earlier adventure. So it's looking pretty good. Look at that, gorgeous. Not quite ready yet, so I'll be back. Okay, Contigo mug, surreptitious advertising. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jars of plum and fig. Lid time. Nine jars. Done.